In 1931, one of the Principality's own won the Monaco Grand Prix. It has never happened since. Today, 93 years from Louis Chiron's win, our pole sitter dreams of a seminal victory. This is Charles Leclerc's date with destiny. It is a Formula One classic like no other. Good afternoon and welcome to the Monaco Grand Prix. This is the layout. It has altered here and there, but is essentially the same challenge that we've been running since 1929. Highest lap count of the year due to the shorter circuit. It is 2 miles, 3.3 kilometers and 19 turns. We have seen so much Formula One history through the years at this venue. It was on the calendar back in 1950. These are the tyres, the C5, that's a qualifying tyre really. It's all going to be about the C4 and the C3 out there on the grid. Who is going to go for the alternative strategy? Who's going to go for the traditional medium tyre start? The answer to that, not too far away. Here's the grid for the 8th Grand Prix of the year. The Haas's rear wing was illegal. The DRS opening plane was too much. They're excluded from qualifying. They're on the back row. Next, the Saubers, with Joe next to Valtteri Bottas, former front row starter here, but only 17th today. Then it's Sergio Perez out in Q1 for the first time this year. He is next to Logan Sargent, who is P15. Next, Fernando Alonso really struggling. 4 all now between Stroll and Alonso in the qualifying head-to-head. Next is Daniel Ricciardo, a winner here in 2016. He is next to Esteban Ocon, out-qualified by his teammate for only the second time this year. First trip into the top 10 this season for Gasly and Albon. They're 9th and 10th. We journey to Yuki Tsunoda in 8th position. Lewis Hamilton ties his best starting position for a Grand Prix this year with 7th. Next, Max Verstappen off pole position and outside the top 5. George Russell starting in that 5th place. Then it's Lando Norris in the 2nd McLaren. He's next to Carlos Sainz, who has already talked about supporting his teammate for the win today. For just the second time in his Formula One career, it is Oscar Piastri on the front row, and Charles Leclerc takes a 3rd pole position at home. And one of the great motor races begins in 5 lights time. And the Monaco Grand Prix is underway. We get the launch from the line from Charles Leclerc. He's going to maintain the lead. Is that a problem? Is that an issue for Sainz? He has got a problem. He's off and he's out. Carlos Sainz on the opening lap. One Ferrari out immediately, and the red flag is flying on lap 1 of 78. Oh, that's a big crash that we didn't see further back. Most important thing to see. Look, no front left, no front right. But Perez, thankfully, out of the car, and a huge amount of debris. But extraordinarily, 4 cars out on the opening lap.
This is the touch there for Sainz. Oh, it's a little one.
Watch Perez, it's going to be down the inside. It's Magnussen with the clip that causes the accident, and that's a massive hit into the wall.
He doesn't back out, does he? He just never, it's not in his DNA for Kevin Magnussen to back out. So Perez must have had a pretty bad start to be down there with both Haas cars. So this is going to be the angle, I think. There's the gap, and he's already touched the wall himself and then just keeps his foot in. He just never backs out. He's on 10 points on his licence.
That is Esteban Ocon chancing one at Portier. The 2 Alpines come together.
What did he do? What did he do?
We were able to establish an order, but the order for the restart has been given as Sainz in 3rd position. That is a huge let-off for the Spanish driver. We're underway and racing once again on the streets of Monaco. Looks like a good launch for Oscar Piastri. He's got nowhere to go though. Charles Leclerc maintains the lead once again.
Oh no, Stroll's got a puncture.
Stroll has a puncture, and his amble up to the back of Pierre Gasly will not happen. That's the carcass off the rim. Stroll back to the pit lane because he's going to go to the inside, and we've got an overtake at Monaco. Valtteri Bottas gets by. He's past Logan Sargent. And it's very fast at this stage of the tunnel for Lance Stroll, who had to back off, but did eventually get through down to the Nouvelle chicane.
It's an overtaking bonanza. Another one for Stroll.
Another one. He's got another driver, and he goes past Logan Sargent. Oh, my word. More than a brush.
Double touch there, I think, from Joe and Sargent.
I would say the highlights reel of this one is not going to be the longest.
Yeah, good luck to the editor. And this is Logan Sargent overtaking Joe Guan Yu and getting up to 15th place. And look what he's done with the opportunity. The grandstands he saw built as a kid growing up now rise for him. And for the first time in 93 years, this fabled race is won by one of their own. Charles Leclerc wins the Monaco Grand Prix to achieve his dream. Victory in his home race. When your home race includes memories of waiting with your friends to get on the school bus, when he's looking up at the balcony where he first watched the Grand Prix, that's more than special. That's pure emotion for Charles Leclerc. And the party starts right now for Monaco's favourite son, and even the Prince is getting in on the action, because when one of your own have won the most famous Grand Prix of the lot, you've got a party.
Extremely good. I think there's a lot of things adding to this weekend. First of all, it's my home Grand Prix. Second, I've had 2 opportunities in the past that I've lost, which things that weren't really in my control, and that was extremely difficult to manage those very difficult moments. And also, you don't really know whether you are going to get another opportunity to win this race, and it's such a difficult race to win that you don't know. And I knew there was an opportunity this weekend. And then last, it's my home race. It's the race that made me dream of becoming a Formula 1 driver one day. It's the race that I used to watch with my dad that has done absolutely everything for me to get to where I am today.
Obviously very happy with the podium. It's been a great weekend from start to finish, I feel like, and nice to finally get a result on the board. I feel like the last few weeks we've been very, very strong, just with no results to show. And today to finish second is a great result for everybody involved. So very happy with that. Tried my best to try and sneak past, but just, too difficult.
Today I had a slight contact and I got the puncture and I was feeling gutted. And then suddenly the red flag that saved a bit my day, and from there onwards, really, like we expected. Pace was very strong in the race, but impossible to pass. I did everything I could to keep Lando under control, keep the safety car gaps, keep the pit stop gaps, and bring home a 1-3 for the team. That was the main priority.
It was a hard launch in the air and a hard landing, but I've had worse days on that side of things. So I think on that side of things I'm okay. Obviously it's an unfortunate incident, for us to retire early in the race after a long race that they was gonna go later on.
We were obviously, I lost a position to one of the alphas, and obviously it's lap 1. It's just important. If you are not in the right position, automatically you're gonna end up losing. So I was getting out of the corner. I had basically, if you see my onboard, there is no point where you see Kevin, and I was just pretty surprised that he kept it flat at that point, because it was just very unnecessary.
Disappointed, gutted, to be honest. To be out after 500 meters is obviously far from ideal, and also both cars out, and obviously I got taken out by an incident that I wasn't directly involved in, but obviously it's quite narrow here going up to turn 3, and big shame. Things were getting too tight there. I think somewhat a racing incident. It looked maybe a bit optimistic from Kevin, but I don't know, Checo could have also maybe seen him and left room. So unfortunate, obviously, the outcome.
I think I was with my front alongside Perez's rear from the exit of turn 1, on the run up to turn 3, and he goes towards the wall. The wall comes a little bit back towards the track, and I have nowhere to go. So I don't know if he didn't see me or what, but I can't just disappear out of the blue. So I made contact with the wall and him at the same time, and unfortunately we had a crash.